Velocity TV begins now.
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, strap yourselves in for the wildest thrill ride of your life. So grab a snack and sit back because we're about to throw it down.
We've got the best three-wide action door-to-door racing on the turn number 4 you'll find on iRacing, right here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network.
We are about to crown tonight's champion, and it's time to let her dig.
We're restacked and repacked up for turn number 4. Who's it gonna be?
And as your source for esports racing comes live, first of all, I'm going to start by saying Happy Veterans Day to everybody out there and all those that serving can serve. Thank you so much. Well, welcome aboard tonight to Full Velocity Racing Network, live tonight in Volusia Speedway Park. It is week number 3 already for the race on Texas.com. Monster Bash Super Series presented by South Texas Speedway, and it comes to you live via Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch TV. Good evening, everybody. Phil the Cass here. Todd Sherwood alongside, Todd Stanton alongside here, doing the controls. Sometimes no one's Jack is with us, but hey, Jack's always here in spirit, guy, one of the best of the best. But I get my longtime partner, Mr. Too Tall Todd Stanton, back alongside and back at the controls. And Todd, week 3 already, Monday night, DLR, 3D racing, Monster Bash Super Series has been a great one, and we roll on to the Volusia Speedway Park. I am itching and ready to go. How the heck are you?
Doing fantastic here this evening, and I tell you, Phil, I cannot wait to see who's going to come on top of the standings here tonight. Will we have a third different winner here in this series, or will we have a repeat winner? Kendall Tucker taking down the win last week, Phil, here at Volusia Speedway Park. We'll see who's going to come on top of the crop here tonight.
Certainly will. There's a lot to get to in the next couple of seconds. First, let me start by thanking the great sponsors, not only for the Full Velocity Racing Network, but all the great sponsors of this great series tonight. Got to thank, of course, our sponsors, Hannibal Record Service, iRacing, iFlag.com, Voiles Trucking, CCM Custom Designs and Engraving, Bladeno.com, South Texas Speedway, Hard Motorsports, TDRRacing.net, Trash Panda Graphics, JP Designs, and Milner Media Designs and Production. Thank all those guys coming aboard. And of course, Todd, nothing's possible tonight coming here. 3D Racing and TVLR, all the great people that make this series possible for us week in and week out.
Yeah, definitely all the lead sponsors. We've got to thank those guys for coming aboard here for the Monster Bash. Here, we're going to thank RaceOnTexas.com. Got to thank South Texas Speedway, Ken Skins, One Shot Scrap and Recycling. Got to thank Justin Sick iRacing Photos, Tat 3 Defense, West Side Signs, who's providing $20 here tonight to Heat Race number 1 winner, JP Home Inspections, and 3D Racing, Phil.
A lot of great people here. We'll talk about them all night long. But before we get raced together here in Volusia, about to click into qualifying, what do you say we throw this thing trackside on this Veterans Day? Pay honor to this great nation, the United States of America. Ladies and gentlemen, the playing of our national anthem. All right, welcome you back inside the Volusia Speedway Park, right in the middle of qualifying with about 90 seconds in, 90 seconds left to go, and this racetrack is in terrific shape here tonight. So it's great to have you aboard. Looking over here, what was practice times a little bit ago? Quick time tonight in practice was set by the iRacing I flag number 00. Kendall Tucker clocked in a 15.715, but that was in practice. The money now is into qualifying as times begin to get posted. Todd, they only got one lap out there, so you got to get it done quick. The track will change a little bit, setup's a little bit different, and I look at the current quick time on the board is set right now currently by the number 42 of Jordan Casey, who's clocked in a 16.387. That's a pretty dang good lap, a little bit slower than what we saw cars out there in practice, but I think that's kind of what we expected of Lenore from practice qualifying.
You can see how close the timing is on these laps, and a little bit of an inch on the track is going to result in not being at the top of the board. But guess what? We thought Jordan Casey was at the top. Now it's Dylan Wilson aboard number 80, 16.352. Shatters Jordan Casey there. And when I mean shatters, 0.035. I mean, that's not really shattering, but not as close as some of the other guys were on this grid, Phil.
Oh, really not, and it's going to be a close electric grid all night long, as it looks like qualifying has essentially, for the most part, come to completion. I think it's almost safe to say with 15 seconds left here. Tonight's Hard Motorsports quick time goes to the Convert 80 of Dylan Wilson, a lap of 16.351. They make a liar out of me with 5 seconds to spare. A new quick time, the number 44 of Blake Cannon, top of the board, 16.340. I didn't know that had the track had that kind of speed in the last second of qualifying. The 44 found it, and it is Blake Cannon, Todd, who is going to lead our very first Voiles Trucking starting lineup tonight for Heat Race number 1, brought to you by Justin Sick iRacing Photography.
Yeah, Justin Sick, iRacing Photography here. Heat race number 1 starting on the pole. Your current points leader here is the number 44, Blake Cannon. His dancing part of the outside will be the number 2. That's Dylan Hauser. Inside row number 2 in the third starting position, that's the number 926. Right now, currently in 4th in points, that's Barrett Bishop. And his dancing part of the outside, that is Brayton Wallace aboard the number 6 machine. Rolling off inside row number 3, the 5th starting position, that's the Capron Screen Printing's number 23 of Jeremy Capron. And the missile, Mason Crawford in the 15, rolling off in position number 6. Rolling off 7th will be the number 50, that's Brett Pryor, and outside of him will be Calvin Herring aboard the number 8 machine. The next row back, we'll see the B14 of Brian Wax and Kevin Forcier aboard the 967 machine, and shotgun on the field, Hayden Parsley in the 04 machine. 11 cars we called for, all 11 cars out here for heat race number 1.
Yep, the first one is going to be 5 heat races tonight for these fellas. First one brought to you by Justin Sick iRacing Photos. In the world of racing, photos often tell a great story. Everyone strives to be successful. Capture those moments with custom photos captured by your replay files. Bring your quest and success alive for all to enjoy. Live action shots, logo overlays, lighting optimization, and more. Contact Justin Sick on Facebook for all those live action shot needs as we're going to go through it. iRacingIFlag.com. Green flag, Todd, looks like about a half a lap away. And look at this front row. Blake Cannon, Dylan Hauser, that is a electric first row. Look to Barrett Bishop, Braden Wallace, row 2. All the way back there, like Jeremy Capron, Mason Crawford. I look up and down this 11-car field. It's not short on talent, I'm going to tell you that.
Yeah, definitely not short on talent. Blake Cannon there on the pole. Like you said, the pole sitter here tonight, and elects to have the number 2 of Dylan Hauser outside of him. So the talent there, the iRacing iFlag number 2 machine of Hauser, as we're getting ready to go green flag racing off a turn at number 4. iRacing iFlag, green flags in the air to Justin Sick. iRacing Photo Heat Race number 1 underway.
We go racing off at a turn row 1 and 2. Blake Cannon going to bring the Swindell Speed Labs Weiser CBD machine to turns number 1 and 2. He will lead the field over Dylan Hauser. But look at Barrett Bishop, Braden Wallace, Jeremy Capron there as well. 23 top 5ers. Where rarely those Capron almost goes around over turn 1.
Yeah, Capron making contact over there, but able to hold on to it into that 4th spot. So Jeremy Capron going to see if he can hold on there. But meanwhile, the top 3 break Blake Cannon, Barrett Bishop, and the number 2, Dylan Hauser. Those guys are the top 3. Those guys will make it onto the main as of right now, Phil. So the 44 machine of Blake Cannon trying to set the pace and trying not to get into one of those contests being the points leader.
Hey, you really don't want to be stuck back there, and points do play a big role as Todd's got the points we'll talk about here in a little bit as well. He'll go up and down about off of turn number 4, completing lap number 3 of these 8 lap heat races. Still get English here tonight, whatever reason. Cannon, Bishop, Dylan Hauser, Jeremy Capron back there in the 4th spot, but top 3 have kind of run away and hit. And right now, look at Barrett Bishop. He's up to 2nd. He's around Dylan Hauser as we go halfway.
Yeah, Barrett Bishop now drops back to the 3rd spot as Hauser was able to get back around him as we are halfway home, 4 to go. For Blake Cannon, Hauser now into the 2nd spot. There in the number 2 machine, the 926 of Bishop, not going away though without a fight. Still holding on to that 3rd spot, 3 to go.
Want to talk about a fight? I'm looking at this race for 4th, Todd, between Jeremy Capron's number 23, the 15 of Mason Crawford. You want to talk about 2 cars giving this thing everything it is worth. Mason drove it down in the turn number 3 about as deep as you can drive it without hitting the end of the 23 car. Now he'll try it up high. We're door to door for 4th off of 4.
Yeah, good battle going on for the 4th spot, and that'll put a good position there for one of the consolation events. Unfortunately, that's what they're battling for there for that 4th spot. The missile down to the bottom side. Mason Crawford trying to get around Capron, side-by-side battle as Crawford now slides up in front of him. He gets the 4th spot there for temporarily. There's the 23 fights back down to the inside.
Who says it's temporary? Nothing temporary in sim racing is there as we work over to turn number 1 and 2. Now his white flag is in the air. Blake Cannon is already sprinting down the back straight. Almost a little tap there for 2 of Hauser. They'll make a little contact. Here comes Dylan down low. A drag race back to the start finish line. Checkered flag in the air. Heat race number 1 goes to Dylan Hauser. Blake Cannon in for 2nd. Barrett Bishop grabs that 3rd and final trip for Mason Crawford. Jeremy Capron, Braden Wallace going to join the list of drivers that go off into the consolation rounds, also including Brett Pryor, Brian Wax, Kelvin Herring, Kevin Forcier, and Hayden Parsley. We'll see them all part of our 2 consolation rounds, but we still got 4 fantastic heat races left to go here, Todd. If you can believe it, the racing here is going, as it normally does, going to go by at a pretty high fever rate pitch. And heat race number 2 about to roll its way onto the racetrack. And this week, heat number 2 is each every week is brought to you by our friends at One Shot Scrap and Recycling.
Yeah, the starting lineup here, the Foils Trucking starting lineup going to go away like this. Starting on the pole will be the number 80 machine. That is Dylan Wilson. His dancing part of the outside is Evan C. aboard the number 33 machine. Roll off position number 2. Rolling off inside row number 2 in the 3rd starting position. That's the CJ Phillips, aboard the number 6 machine. And his dancing partner is Austin Matthews aboard the 033 machine. Rolling off in the 5th starting spot, that's the number 56 machine. That's Mike Molnar. And Robert Fletcher aboard the number 77, rolling off position number 6. Rolling off 7th will be Brandon Thornhill aboard the number 36 machine. And outside of him will be Darren Litterall aboard the HRE Motorsports number 68. Rolling off inside row number 5, that's the Justin Sick iRacing Photo number 17 machine. That is Justin Sick himself. And Cole Newhoffen in the 08, rolling off in position number 10.
Heat race number 2 brought to you by One Shot Scrap and Recycling. One Shot Scrap and Recycling is a family-owned company in Bradford, Ohio that buys a wide variety of metals for recycling, including automobiles, iron, steel, copper, brass, and aluminum. They can also provide custom vinyl printing services, including signs, banners, and vehicle wraps, including race cars. You can visit them on the web today at www.oneshotservices.com or give them a call at 937-447-3300. One Shot Scrap and Recycling, your number 1 Dark County Scrap and Recycling Center.
Evan C. getting bounced around like a ping pong ball there, Phil. And that 33 machine now all the way back through the field does he go in that number 33 machine. So tough break for Evan C. as Dylan Wilson, the race leader, has capitalized on that. Now out to a good lead over the number 33 of Austin Matthews. Mike Molnar running in the 3rd spot as CJ Phillips running in 4th.
CJ up there in the 4th spot, but all eyes on that number 80 up front. Of course, that be Dylan Wilson in the 80 car doing a heck of a job as we expect him to do each every week at D1 RTU Racing Target Line Industries machine number 80. Dylan going to lead it down off at turn 3 and 4. Well, this time by 3 will go on the board, and he's got almost a full 2.5 seconds there between himself. Austin Matthews, Mike Molnar runs in the 3rd spot. He's got a gap between himself and guys like CJ Phillips and Robert Fletcher. That's a lot of really good cars, and they're outside the top 4 over in turn 3.
Yeah, definitely a lot of good cars out there as those guys fighting for 3 transfer spots onto the A main. Then they go to the consolation event. So we're watching CJ Phillips right now and holding down the 4th spot. And then here comes Cole Newhoff in there in the 08 machine. He's working over the top shelf for the Speedway, trying to also get some traction there. The 77 machine of Robert Fletcher running in the 6th spot. So those guys fighting there to get a good constant start there. Is just watching these guys go side by side here. 3 wide here, and this is towards the back of the pack there. As the 68 of Darren Litterall dives way down to the bottom.
Sure does. They're all back there. Evan Sags back there. Brandon Thornhill. Good three-car battle back there as we're already 2 to go on the field. And it's that number 80 out front of Dylan Wilson, who may just have enough time to hold off a very hard-charging 33 of Austin Matthews. It's probably been the fastest car on the racetrack, Todd. He chased it down from about 1.2. It's down to about 8/10, but the only problem is he's only got 1 lap around to go to. White flag in the air, 1/2 mile remaining.
Yeah, 1/2 mile remaining here. Watching these guys fight tooth and nail. The number 80 machine of Dylan Wilson is your current race leader, pulling away for them Austin Matthews in that second spot. Mike Molnar in the number 56 running in the third spot. CJ Phillips running fourth, and Cole Newhoffen running fifth. Is that race going to end there with Dylan Wilson, Austin Matthews, and Mike Molnar making their way in?
It's your top 3 for heat race number 2. We'll see the likes of guys like CJ Phillips, Cole Newhoffen, Robert Fletcher, Evan Seed, Darren Litterall, Brandon Thornhill, and Justin Sick will be off into our consolation rounds. 2 heat race in the books. That means we go over into heat race number 3 and up the little cheat sheet I got scrapped for us this week. Heat race number 3, Todd, brought to you by J&P Home Designs.
Yeah, J&P Home Designs, the official sponsor here of heat race number 3. Starting on the pole will be Hayden Cardwell aboard the 007 of the 7 machine. And his dad's brother outside driving the iRacing I-Flag number 127. That's Blake Majules. Inside row number 2 in the third starting position, that's the number 29 machine. That's Scott Dobbs and his dad's brother outside, J.D. Brown, aboard the number 14 machine. Inside row number 3 in the fifth starting position, that's the number 32 machine, or excuse me, the 39 machine of Virgil Graham. And then outside of him will be the number 49, that's Troy Jones. Inside row number 4, that'll be Blake Brown aboard the number 74, and Tupper Dugas aboard the 330. Going to roll off in position number 8. Rolling off 9th will be Warren Samoy aboard the number 77 machine, and Davin Cardwell aboard the number 7, rolling off in position number 10.
JP Home Inspections, a small family business in North Carolina, here and willing to serve all of your home inspection needs. Before investing, well, know what you're investing in. Call them today at 704-466-7875 or visit them on the web at www.jnpinspections.com.
Thank you to J&P Inspections for heat race number 3 sponsorship here tonight. Definitely a good field here of racers, and we're going to see who's going to take the top spot here in heat race number 3. Again, top 3 transfer on to the A main here in the model, or in the modifieds, in the late model series here. Again, it is the number 7 of Hayden Cardwell, Blake Majules, in the number 127, leading them down to get the iRacing I-Flag, green flag in the air.
David Cardwell is going to lead them aboard car number 7 off into turn number 1 and 2. Blake Majules on the 127. He will be alongside. Blake's the guy who's had a very eventful week, I believe, just coming back from the iRacing Awards ceremony at the dirt track of the Charlotte Motor Speedway. So great to see Blake arrive back home and well. Joining us tonight, he will ride second, but it's David Cardwell. He'll lead the field, 1 lap complete down to the turn 1. But here comes Blake. We're door to door for the lead off the 2.
Yeah, door to door for the race lead, looking down to the bottom side there, the 127 machine, trying to get around Hayden Cardwell. And the number 7, he's up on the chop shelf for the Speedway, able to propel himself off of turn number 4 down the front straightaway here to turn number 1. Majules fires back down to the inside, trying to pull up alongside of him, just can't get it going there. And that 127.
He's doing a really good job there as he is, but David Cardwell holding him off. How about position number 3? Is there a guy in the iRacing world, Todd, we root for more than a guy like Scott Dobbs at 3D Racing? Number 29 holding on to position number 3, but he's got J.D. Brown on the 14, breathing all down his neck. That blue and white number 14. He'll work the low side off into turn 3.
Working the low side off down into turn number 3. These guys pretty much working the top side though, Phil. They go down to the bottom, pull their slingshot maneuver, or you want to call it the slide job. The only guy really going down there is that number 39 machine of Virgil Graham, and they can't get anything going. Pretty much lockstepped up on the top shelf of the Speedway. Blake Majules again trying to go down even lower, trying to get around the 7 of Hayden Cardwell.
Sure is, trying to do a great job over there. Is Majules to the 127 with that 7 car up front. I call him David. It's Hayden Cardwell up there. So many Cardwells, I get them all mixed up. The cars look the same, but that's Hayden's number 7 leading the way. Majules there in the second spot. This race for third between Dobbs and J.D. Brown has been a good one. Dobbs holding off J.D. You look back there to find the likes of the 42 of Virgil Graham. That's another name, Todd, that has been to victory lane so many times over the years here on the airwaves. Virgil Graham's 42 rides 5th, and as you said, they're all, it feels like, stuck in the high lane. Nobody can really make an inch around here.
And nobody really making an inch, gathering it back up here as we're on 1 lap to go here. It is Hayden Cardwell leading them down the back straightaway for the final time into turn number 3. Blake Majules is going to try something on the bottom. Can't get nothing happening down there. No forward bite as Hayden Cardwell going to take down the win here. Oh, Blake almost spinning out there across the start finish line. Scott Dobbs in for 3, so he's going to make it into the A main.
Dobbs, great job by Mr. Dobbs there at 29. He will race off into the A at Volusia. We'll see a lot of really good names there going on into the Bs, like J.D. Brown, Virgil Graham, Troy Jones, Blake Brown, Warren Samoy, Topper Dugas, David Cardwell. They go off into the consolation events that'll follow us, but we got 3 in the books, Todd. 2 heat races left to go, and heat race number 4 is about to roll on the racetrack. And heat race number 4 brought to you by the great gang over at 3D Racing.
Yeah, 3D Racing here, set, locked, and loaded here for heat race number 4. Starting on the pole will be the 01 of Jordan Casey. Outside him will be Chad Swartz aboard the number 44 machine. Inside row number 2, the third starting position, that will be the number 57 Ryan Diate, and then Clifford Driscoll aboard the number 63 machine. I love the paint scheme on that, kind of a clean look there. But Driscoll rolling off in position number 4. Rolling off inside row number 3 in the fifth starting position, that's number 37, that's TJ Carter. And Garrett Ebaj aboard the number 19 machine, going to roll off in position number 6. Rolling off 7th will be JD Sassy aboard the number 22 machine. And Mark Gesford aboard the number 45, going to roll off in position at number 8. Rolling off 9th will be Jacob Tyler Williams aboard the 411 machine. And Devin Morgan aboard the 112, going to roll off in position number 10.
3D Racing is one of the most tight-knit teams on iRacing. 3D Racing are filled with talented sim racers who care about their craft, but also one of the nicest bunch on the iRacing service. Check out the great group at 3D Racing today over on Facebook for news and upcoming event information. And great to see the 3D Racing group out there. Our buddy Scott Dobbs has done so much work behind the scenes for us with this series. It's great to see Scott rolling his way to the A main, but 10 more really good bullets about to take their shot at this half mile at Volusia Speedway Park. Jordan Casey and Chad Swartz. That's a different look to a front row as the field over in 3 and 4. And I believe we're going to go green flag racing at iRacingIFlag.com. Green flag is up in the air.
Green flag is up in the air. The number 42 of Jordan Casey lead the charge down into turn number 1. Ryan Diate down to the bottom side, trying to get around the 44 machine of Chad Swartz. They're side by side. He's found something there temporarily on the bottom, trying to slide back up. Not going to be had there. Is the 44 going to be able to hold on to that second spot? Chad Swartz, again, able to go up to the top shelf there, running the cushion. That's where it's at right now, Phil.
I tell you what, Todd, they've always said you never underestimate the power of the Swartz, and that's what Chad is doing right now aboard the 044, riding in that second spot and trying to do all he can to maybe punch his ticket to the A main. Race leader off of 4 as we go 2 laps in the books. As we lose everything over here as far as my cursor goes. Save me, Todd. I've lost. Who's out there leading this show?
Number 42 of Jordan Casey right now in the top spot, about 8 car lengths ahead of the 44. Chad Swartz. Clifford Driscoll right now running in that second spot. He's being highly contested there with the number 37 of TJ Carter. He's looked down and bottom a couple different times, but then Carter falls back up in the line on the top shelf of the Speedway.
I got somehow stuck back in the back of the field with guys like J.D. Sassy, Devin Morgan back there. No idea what was going on up front. That's because Jordan Casey's up here just driving away aboard car number 42. Got almost 1 full second ahead. It was 1 second last time around. Chad Swartz in the second spot. Cliff Driscoll's holding on for third, but he's got a couple of really fast ones with TJ Carter. Ryan Diate, also Garrett Ebaj entering the fray as they hit 1.
Yeah, hitting down turn 1, already down the back straightaway. Casey with a torrid pace right now. Last time by 16.858. Chad Swartz 17.010. Driscoll trying to wriggle back in. They're going to see the popsicle sticks up in the air. 2 more trips around the speedway for Jordan Casey, the D1RT number 42 machine. The 44 Chad Swartz still running in that second spot, but 63 of Driscoll, he might be content there in third, but he's getting heavy pressure from TJ Carter with white flag coming out this time by.
1 more trip around the half mile here at Volusia Speedway Park, and the drama surrounds that white number 63, the 3D Racing machine for Cliff Driscoll. That 37 of TJ Carter right there as well. That is for the money spot over in turns number 3 and 4, because you want to avoid consolation rounds, and that's exactly what the likes of Jordan Casey will do. He will see the checkered flag off of turn number 4, give him the win. Chad Swartz will finish up second. Cliff Driscoll grabs third. TJ Carter, Ryan Diate, Garrett Ebaj, Devin Morgan, J.D. Sassy join the list of groups that'll go on into our consolation rounds. That'll be coming at us here rather quickly here, Todd, because we only have 1 final lonely heat race left to go to finish off heats tonight. If you can already believe what is happening in heat race number 5, is brought to you by our friends at TAC 3 Defense.
Yeah, TAC 3 Defense, our sponsor for heat race number 5. 5 heat races here tonight. I misspoke. I said 6 out in the chat box. I apologize. But 5 heat races. Starting on the pole, driving the number 46 machine. That is Ryan Underwood. His dancer part of the outside, driving the double knot machine. That's Kendall Tucker. Inside row, number 2 in the third starting position. That's number 1 of Austin Carr. And Kevin Deadman aboard the Flying Zero, rolling off position number 4. Rolling off inside row number 3 in the fifth starting position. That's racing Jason Salter aboard the number 10 machine. And Kyle Surratt aboard number 18, rolling off position number 6. Rolling out 7th will be Kyle Pearson aboard the number 16. Tristan Carmen aboard the number 4, rolling off position number 8. Kevin Kaufman in the number 37 machine, going to roll off position number 9. And Jared Jones rolling off in 10th.
TAC 3 Defense is a full-service firearm dealer with over 10 years combined gunsmithing experience. TAC 3 combines this knowledge with laser engraving and milling to provide professional firearm customization with some of the coolest designs in the industry. Visit them online today at www.tac3defense.com. TAC, the number 3defense.com. Check them out. I've looked at some of the product, Todd, that comes along through their Facebook feed and whatnot. It is some really cool stuff. I'm not a gun owner, but if I was and wanted something cool customized, I'd look no further than TAC 3 Defense.
I definitely agree with you there, Phil. A lot of great product over there, and something that, I am a gun owner, so I have a ton of things. Maybe I might buy some stuff there from them here. Support the guys that support sim racing, the iRacing iFlag, green flags out for the number 46 of Ryan Underwood, leading the charge down to turn number 1, Kendall Tucker right now, running in that second spot, and Austin Carr down to the bottom, trying to make something happen.
Austin Carr, a guy who has been really, really quiet so far for the opening 2 weeks, but that number 1 car, no slouch here tonight in Volusia. He will look to the low side off of turn number 4, down low, looking for real estate to find. You see Ryan Underwood up front, Kendall Tucker, another guy who has had a lot of acclaim, and do not count out Kevin Deadman. He rises to the 4th spot by that battle for a second. The Austin Carr looking for running room down low off of 4.
Yeah, Austin Carr trying to slide up in front of Kendall Tucker. Tucker able to stay alongside of him there on the top shelf of the Speedway. iRacing iFlag double knot machine trying to gather it back in down the back straightaway, but Austin Carr seems to have found something on the bottom side of the Speedway, able to get some forward bite off the corner, able to pull up alongside Kendall Tucker each and every time, winning that dogfight to the line.
He really is a heck of a race there, but that 1 car has found something down low, as you said, and it really gets a really good launch to the middle of turns number 3 and 4. The issue I see for him, there's that little opening of the wall, that yellow barrel down the end of the wall. He's scared the crap out of every time. I'd say this with the 2 inches of that thing, but he is making it happen. He's got Underwood for the race lead. Here comes Austin Carr. He's out of nose off of 2.
Yeah, Austin Carr down to the bottom, fighting tooth and nail with Ryan Underwood in that number 46 machine. Don't count out Kendall Tucker either. Last week's feature winner trying to throw it in there. Right now holding on to the final transfer spot. 3 to go here. And what a great battle up front between Carr and Underwood.
It's a really, really good, but he said don't count out that 00. He threw a huge send over there in turn number 3 and 4. Thought he may make a shot through the middle, but just didn't have that forward gump to get there. But as we go 2 to go on the Speedway, Underwood, Carr, and Tucker, but I look and I see Kevin Deadman there. I see Kyle Surratt, number 18, starting to peek his way to the fray. That's a really good, fast top 5 cars, but it's still Underwood versus Carr. They're side by side, white flag in the air.
Yeah, white flag, one more trip around the Speedway. Can Underwood hold on? Here comes Kendall Tucker, way down to the bottom there.
Buddy.
Almost up. He rubs the fenders there with Austin Carr. Carr dressed back, and oh boy, it leaves it wide open for the final transfer spot. I know Ryan Underwood's got this one, but we're going to see who's going to get the final transfer off the corner. It's going to be Kevin Deadman there from 5th to 3rd over there in the corner. Kyle Surratt going to finish in that 4th spot. Oh, man, what a race that we had there unfolding there in heat race number 5.
I'll tell you what, that was really fun to watch. Ryan Underwood takes down the win. Kendall Tucker with a little bit of, I guess, aggressive drive there to finish up 2nd. 3rd goes to Kevin Deadman. 4th will go to, I lost all the timing. So as we go over to the consolation round, so I'm not going to recap who finished there. I think we'll see those names. Todd is part of our first of our 2 consolation rounds. Consolation race number 1. Rolling its way out onto the Speedway as we speak. And Consi number 1 this week brought to you by our good friends at Westside Signs.
West Side Signs, the official sponsor here of Consolation number 1 here this evening. Starting on the pole will be the Missile Mason Crawford aboard the number 15 machine. And his dance brother outside driving the number 22 machine. That will be J.D. Brown, actually the 14 machine. There is J.D. Brown. Outside, or inside row number 2, that'll be number 18. That's Kyle Surratt and his dance brother outside. Cole Newhoffman aboard the 08. Inside row number 3, starting in the 5th starting position, that is Ryan Diate and Brayton Wallace aboard the number 6, rolling off in position number 6. Rolling out 7th on the field will be Troy Jones aboard the number 49, and Jason Salter aboard the number 10, rolling off in position number 8. Rolling off 9th will be Evan C. aboard the number 33, and Devin Morgan aboard the 112, rolling off in position number 10. Rolling off 11th will be Brian Wax aboard the B14, and Warren Samoy aboard the 77, rolling off in position number 12. Rolling off 13th will be Kyle Pearson and Brandon Thornhill. And then you have Mark Gesford, Kevin Forcier. Then you have Davin Cardwell, Jared Jones. Man, oh man, 18 cars here for Consolation event number 1. This will be a barn burner here tonight, Phil. As we're getting the white flag, we're going to go racing off of turn number 4 here in just a few moments.
Yeah, and Consolation event number 1 brought to you by West Side Signs, a small custom vinyl shop located in Great Falls, Montana, operated by a racer for racers. Be sure to check out their great sponsor product, providing contingency awards for the entire season. Thank you again to the great group over at West Side Signs. Give them a big shout out. Also, I believe, what is it, Todd? $20 this week to the race winner bonus?
Yeah, heat race number 1. Heat race number 1.
Heat race
$20. Yep.
Awesome. Great. Thanks to the guys at West Side Signs for being a part of this great series. You can tell a lot I cover here as far as what stuff to write and read and whatever, find out, but great job of the gang of West Side Signs. Consolation round number 1 is underway. 15 laps around. Top 4 racing in. We are 3 wide for third over there, turn 3.
Yeah, 3 wide for the third spot, almost 4 wide as these guys trying to gather it back up, trying to make one of the 3 transfer spots here in the Consolation event number 1. Kyle Surratt holding on to the second spot. Here comes J.D. Brown in the 14, way up to the top shelf of the Speedway as the Missile tries to run away and hide there in the number 15 machine. But the 18 of Kyle Surratt digs it down to the bottom, trying to get around J.D. Brown.
I'm watching those cars out there going 4 wide, and I can't think anymore to myself, Todd. We are a VLR tonight, right? I mean, Rocky Backfield will tell us 4 wide will work around Volusia. 5 wide will probably work about 5 feet. So let's not try that. If the big monkey says not to do it, then you don't do it. But we have good racing going on as we work out 3 laps on the board. Mason Crawford leading over J.D. Brown, Kyle Surratt. This great race going on for this 4th and final transfer between Evan Say, Ryan Diate. How about Jason Salter? Well, Racing Jason is taking these Supers really good. That 10 car up to the 6th spot.
Yeah, he's had a lot of bad luck there in the Trash Painted Graphics number 10 here the last couple of weeks, trying to look at himself and trying to get himself into the A main. Right now, not looking so good as these guys just all over him. But Kyle Surratt trying to make himself in too. He's right now running in that 3rd spot. But I tell you what, Evan C right there in that 4th spot. Ryan Diate running in that, now getting around C there for the 4th spot.
I think Ryan or Evan may have checked up a little bit because they did call out there was trouble over in Turbo 1 and 2. KT and Steven did a hell of a job as they always do a VLR here with administration on Monday night and the gang of 3D Racing as well. But I think they called it out. I think Evan may have burped the gas just enough, thinking maybe there were going to be a caution. There wasn't, and a Ryan Diate jumps into that 4th and final transfer. But this race for 2nd, really a good one. Is that J.D. Brown's number 14, Kyle Surratt number 18. That's 2 really good shoes going at it for 2nd, but all chasing the race leader off of 4. Of course, race leader Mason Crawford, number 15, is over in turn 1.
Yeah, Mason Crawford definitely checking out right now. Last time by 17.102 for Crawford in the 15 machine. J.D. Brown still running in 2nd. 3rd is Kyle Surratt. 4th, Ryan holding on to the 4th spot there in the number 57 machine, but he's right there knocking on the door of the 18 of Kyle Surratt for that final transfer.
I am back here watching, Tom. I found Jason Salter, Brayden Wallace on number 6 car. Brayden has been down to the low side, and just like Austin Carr has kind of found something happening down there. It's really tough to pass. They're all up high working in the racing surface here, trying to find group down low. Brayden Wallace did a really good job. He's up to 6, maybe losing time now, but you sometimes have to pass him where they ain't, and he made a shot of it. Looks like now Brayden will lose a spot to the 112 of Devin Morgan. Devin has shot himself into the top 6, and as we work down toward halfway, 5 laps remaining in B-Main number 1. Can Alexa Devin Morgan chase his way down to the A-Main?
You never know. It's possible. There's only 5 laps to go. Anything can happen, as they say here. But he's way out right now in the 7th spot. So, again, you have to make up 4 spots. Something has to happen in front of him, I do believe, Bill, for him to be able to make it into the A-Main. But we have 4 laps to go, excuse me. for the race leader, Mason Crawford. J.D. Brown still running in second. Those guys pretty comfortable. I tell you who's not comfortable is Kyle Surratt in the 18.
No, and he has had a handful of race car off the exit of turn number 2 and turn number 4. Ryan Tayati is really making him earn it as the 57 keeps putting a nose down low. We saw the 14 of J.D. Brown. A little bit of slow entry there through 1 and 2. Check the 18 up. Ryan is there as well. That's your top 4, awfully comfortable as we come to 2 to go this time by.
Yeah, popsicle sticks up in the air. 2 more trips around the speedway there for Mason Crawford. J.D. Brown, the 18 of Kyle Surratt. And I tell you, just a little bit of interesting fact on Kyle Surratt there, Phil. He locked his keys in his car before he came home here tonight. No. So definitely out here. He wanted to get some practice. Didn't get the practice that he wanted to before this race. The white flag comes out. He's trying to transfer on, though, in that 3rd spot.
Up there, we're going to do all they can. That's a really good race there between Surratt, Nayati, Evans, Say there as well as we got one more trip around. Looks like Mason Crawford will be the most comfortable guy. Listen, we have a couple of cars bouncing off the wall in 3 and 4 as Mason Crawford takes down the win over J.D. Brown. Kyle Surratt will grab 3rd, Ryan Tayati 4th, 5th goes to Evan C. And fortunately for guys like Evan, Devin Morgan, Jason Salter, Troy Jones, Brandon Thornhill, that is a really good group of cars. They also include the likes of Cole Newhoffen, Warren Savoy, Mark Gusford, Kyle Pearson, Kevin Forcier, Brian Wax, Braden Wallace. Those likes, guys, Todd, they will not see the A main here tonight. It's just a coming here of Monday Night Racing with 3D Racing, Team VLR, this race on Texas.com. Monster Bash presented by South Texas Speedway. We get some of the best over here. The only problem is you can usually only start about 24 cars for the feature. It's only inevitable. 50-plus cars in the pit area. You're going to send some really good shoes home.
Yeah, definitely going to send some really, really good shoes home, and some were just set there in Consolation Event number 1. Consolation Event number 2 going to go away like this, starting on the pole. Driving the 3D Racing number 6 machine, that'll be C.J. Phillips. And T.J. Carter, aboard the number 37, going to roll off position number 2. Rolling off 3rd will be the number 23, that's Jeremy Capron. And outside him will be the number 39 of Virgil Graham. Inside row number 3 in the 5th starting position, that's the number 1 machine of Austin Carr. And Robert Fletcher aboard the number 77, rolling off in position in number 6. Rolling off 7th will be Garrett Newbegay aboard the number 19, and Brett Pryor aboard the 50, rolling off in position number 8. Rolling off 9th will be Blake Brown in the 74, and Tristan Carmen aboard the number 4 machine. Rolling off 11th will be Darren Litterwall aboard the number 68, and J.D. Sassy aboard the number 22. Rolling off 7th will be Calvin Herring and Tupper Dugas in the number 330. Rolling off in 14th. Rolling off 15th will be Kevin Kaufman and Justin Sick in 16th. 17th will be Jacob Tyler Williams. Hayden Parsley in the 04. Round out your field here, Phil.
Heat Rare B-Main number 2 brought to you by iRacingIFlag.com. iRacingIFlag are producers of great peripheral devices to enhance your racing experience. From their custom iFlag box to the iFlag pit board, iRacingIFlag creates great products to meet every racing need. Check them out today over at iRacingIFlag.com, and I believe we'll be joined here by our good buddy Jeff Brown from iRacingIFlag.com here shortly. He's got a pretty cool announcement to make, but Todd, we have 15 laps remaining. B-Main number 2 is under the green flag.
Yeah, B-Main number 2 under the green flag. The 6 of C.J. Phillips trying to make it into the feature. 3 wide for the 2nd spot. Here comes the number 23 of Jeremy Capron there. And Austin Carr way down to the bottom. He found something in the heat race trying to make it work here. Slides up the track and oh, Capron hard into the outside wall. And he goes a little bit of surfing over there, Phil.
And that was tough for the 23 car. Looks like he has come almost to a dead stop now. He'll get
more
it going.
Contact.
In the middle of 3 and 4 as we got more contact made over there. We have yet to throw the yellow. We're still green flag racing as they are beating and banging all over this half mile. Volusia Speedway Park. C.J. Phillips leads over Austin Carter, T.J. Carter, Garrett Ebergy, and Darren Litterwell, the 68 Todd. He has crawled this way to the top 5.
Yeah, crawling his way to the top 5. Definitely a good run there for the 68 machine. Now to the 4th spot. Trying to look. Oh, some more contact back there. High speeds. These guys just getting into one another. They want to make it into the A main, and you can see why is Austin Carr working over the bottom side, trying to get around C.J. Phillips here through turn number 3. And right there, too, is the number 37 of T.J. Carter. Yellow flag going to fly here. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Our first Hanover Record Service one shot. Scrap and recycling yellow flag of the evening.
Yeah, sure does. Comes out in B-Main number 2 on lap number 4. I can hear the race control. The guys were trying to do the best they can to steer these guys through traffic. I almost think, Todd, it was almost time to calm some of these drivers down. There was some really, I guess, aggressive racing, which you kind of expect here. It's the do or die, of last chance qualifier, but sometimes come to the point of reckless and almost careless, do you will. I'm not sure what we're going to see on a BladeNote.com full velocity instant replay, but there was a whole lot going on over this joint. I'm just not sure what we're going to pick up here that brought the yellow flag out.
There was so much going on. It's sort of like there's just so much going on. It's so hard to get a BladeNote.com instant replay there, Phil, because there was contact being made all over the place, and we were staying with the top three there, that battle that was going on there. But there was a lot of contact. A lot of cars already out of this one.
There really is some good names out. As you said, I think I've seen guys like Hayden Cardwell, Brent Pryor, Virgil Graham, I believe Jeremy Capron, I believe Blake Brown, even Kelvin Herring maybe pulled his car behind the wall as well. So that's some really, really good shoes that are going to be out of this one. Not going to see our main event this week from Volusia, but we're going to get them all, as you would say, restacked and repacked here. I believe lights are going to go out around the Speedway, and get the likes of Austin Carr going to lead over C.J. Phillips, DJ Carter, Darren Littlewell, Topper Dugas, your current top 5, Robert Fletcher, J.D. Sassy, J.T. Williams, Tristan Carman, and Hayden Parsley is going to be our top 10. So it looks like we're getting the field all kind of regular back for a restart. And I said I'm listening to Mr. Calavoda, Mr. KP King, communicating with these drivers. Heck of a job. There's a lot going on. You put the atmosphere aggressive, a lot of testosterone flowing in these race car drivers, trying to wrestle their way into the main event, cash prizes that come on a part of a series. You put all that together, you need some of the best to keep these shows running as smooth as they do. Hats off to all the gang over here as we go back racing.
Yeah, iRacing, I-flag, green flag back in the air, and Austin Carr continues leading. Now C.J. Phillips way up the track there in the number 6 machine. He's stuck behind the 37 of T.J. Carter. 6 now dives down to the bottom. Slide job in front of T.J. Carter. Carter fires back down to the inside. 7 laps remain. Carr going to try to pull away, but a whale of a battle for second on back.
Yeah, Carter versus C.J. Phillips is a really good one. They're stacked up behind them for about 4th on as well. At the likes of Topper Dugas back there. Darren Littlewell, J.D. Sassy trying to make it happen. Rob Fletcher's there. Tristan Carver, the number 4. You can't count out that black number 4. If there's a show to be made in that car, Tristan will put one on, but we're halfway home. And good racing up front. We got Austin Carr driving away. T.J. Carter and C.J. Phillips, maybe the best race of the racetrack, and that's for second over in turn 3.
A good battle going on for the second spot there between T.J. Carter and Phillips. As Phillips up to the top shelf of the Speedway. Do these guys want to race that hard though, Phil? Because something happens. Topper right there running in that third or in the 4th spot there. In the 330 machine, it should be the 33 machine over there. So he could actually get himself into the A main if one of these guys make a mistake.
Yeah, he certainly could. I'm thinking, Todd, I believe he was top running in the 4th spot. I believe top 4 transferring on here. If what I'm seeing is correct, what KT messaged me here off air, I believe top 4 coming out of the transfer spots here in these 2 B mains, but 5 heats tonight. But they are really getting after it back of the part. There are guys rim riding. I see Darren Littlewell stuck up against the wall. Garrett Ebridge was up there. Kevin Coffin back there. They are really getting after it. I think for the top 4 right now, that's kind of the place you want to be safe. It's a mess back there as we come to 2 to go.
Yeah, definitely a mess here as these guys trying to run away here. Is the one of Austin Carr. Last time by, definitely the quickest out there on the Speedway. No, T.J. Carter now. As we have 2 laps to go down the back straightaway. So Carr leading by 5 car lengths over C.J. Phillips. Then you got T.J. Carter, Topper Dugas in the number 33 machine running it 4th. White flag out in the air. One more trip around the Volusia Speedway Park.
And it's almost academic from here because Austin Carr is out front. You give that guy a lead. That is a ton of talent in that race car as he's off into turn number 3 and 4. Going to see unimpeded racetrack in front. Checkered flag in the air. Consolation event number 2 goes to the Austin Carr. In the number 1, C.J. Phillips will grab 2nd. T.J. Carter for 3rd. Topper Dugas grabs that 4th and final transfer with Rob Fletcher, unfortunately, going to go off into the trailer for the night, including also Tristan Carman, J.D. Sassy, J.T. Williams, Hayden Parsley, Garrett Ebergy, Kevin Coffin, Darren Littlewell join that host of drivers behind the wall. Man, that was crazy, I would say. They're through 5 heat races, 2 consolation rounds, and now a brief warm-up. Todd, we got 5 minutes to get this thing sorted out before we turn them free for a 60-lap, all-green flag lap main event.
Definitely, as we make our way on over, Jeff Brown from iRacing iFlag flew all the way in. Ronnie Weaver and Howard Weaver. Howard actually flew the plane for a little bit, got them lost, but they landed here at Volusia Speedway Park. We're going to make our way on over to Discord to have a conversation for an announcement here from iRacing iFlag and everybody else that's been going on here with iRacing iFlag. I should say the stuff that's been going on with iRacing iFlag. So Good announcement coming up, so stay tuned, guys. Warm up out there on the Speedway.
All right, we've jumped over to the Full Velocity Racing Network Discord. We're joined by our buddy, fresh off this corporate jet, iRacingIFlag.com. Mr. Jeff Brown is here. And Jeff, you have a really, really cool announcement to make, so let me give you the mic here as we're in elongated time. What's this big announcement we've been teaching this last couple?
Well, you know, Phil, we've traveled a long way. As you know, I fired up that iRacing iFlag jet to get down here to the Great Speedway, and I brought some crew with me. As you know, threw Howard on board along with Uncle Ronnie, and I can tell you the next time. Yeah, that guy's kind of a crazy one. We may come at home here next time we take the jet out. But anyway, yeah, I'm here to make somebody's night, and I think it's going to be a night that's probably going to be for a long time. And Todd, you wouldn't have a chance to know who that would be, do you?
Well, it's my partner right here next to me, Phil LeCash Jr.
Yes, it is. The big announcement is for you, Phil. All joking aside, I'll do this real quick here. A few weeks ago, me and you had talked a little bit about some of the things that have been going on with your family and some of the medical things going on that I'm not going to go into detail about or anything like that. And we also talked a little bit about your computer and what you were running and all that kind of good stuff to broadcast races. And knowing how much you love the broadcast and what you do for the iRacing community, you and Todd have been doing this a long time. And needless to say, after we had that conversation, I couldn't leave it alone. I felt like that I had to do something to try and make some things a little bit better for you. But with that being said, Phil, I would like to present you with a brand new custom built PC. The PC is going to be built by Ford Entertainment Group. I tell you what, they're going to give you one hell of a computer, my friend, with all the good upgrades. So that'll keep you broadcasting as long as you'd like. And the best part is no more crashes. Phil, I want to tell you, a lot of people pitched in to help make this happen. And just to go over who all pitched in for this, of course, iRacing iFlag, FVRN, your buddy Todd there, he helped a lot on this. VLR Racing, Hangover Wrecker Service, BladeNode.com, Bulletproof Racing, Jim Emery, the Ford Entertainment Group, as I said, who's building a computer, Dirt One Racing, Steel Horse Racing Team, HRE Motorsports, Bomb Squad Racing, And Todd, you're probably going to have to help me out on these other ones here. Is it
Boyle's Trucking.
Voyage? Yep. Dylan Wilson, Danette Racing Innovations,
Yep.
and then Hawkeye Junk Removal. And they all pitched in, and so you can expect a brand new C here that's going to be being built, and it's going to be shipped to your right to your doorstep. And once it's shipped, I'll let you know. And as I said, it's all paid for, so it's going to be coming to you. And again, Todd, thanks for the huge role that you played in this, and helped me get pointed in the right direction. And the huge thing is, Phil, there's, it might have been my idea, but an idea isn't worth anything if we don't have people that would back the idea. And I can tell you, all these people that I just read to you jumped on board and did what they could to make this event happen. So that's a huge reflection on you and Todd, and I'm just glad to be a part of it. And
guys, I'm beyond speechless. You got me crying my eyes out over here. I'm telling you what, everybody that's pitched in to make something like this happen, you, Jeff, Todd, all these great sponsors, you guys need to send me this list of thank yous I gotta send, guys. Thank you. It's hard to bring me to tears. It's been very trying, as you said, for my family. I can't thank you enough, guys. I'm humbled beyond words. I'm so gracious. It's going to take me here just to compose myself. So that'll be a great event coming up. But guys, for me, to everybody out there, God, thank you so much. That means so much to the world to me. Guy that puts all this time in, and we do. I love you all. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Phil. And again, buddy, if you need anything, you reach out to me. And, you know that I'll be there. And well, I'll get off of here, and we'll let you do you and Todd do best. And we'll talk to you real soon, buddy.
I'm floored. I appreciate it, Jeff. I'm not sure how I'm going to pull myself together to get this broadcast together. I know we're getting ready to go green, but I guess, Todd, as Jeff says, we do this the best of all. We're 4 wide out there on the racetrack as a team at 3D and VLR. Celebrate Veterans Day, a really cool scene, and we're going to put them loose for 60 laps around. I'm going to get myself situated here. I'm going to dry my eyes, and we're going to see a great event indeed. Thank you so much, guys.
Letting Phil get his composure here. Letting Phil get his composure here, getting ready to go racing here. 4 wide salute here as the lineups. We're going to go ahead and get through these lineups rather quickly here as the 4 wide salute, saluting the veterans here. And man, what a fantastic feat that is to see. And I usually mess up this 4 wide salute, so this is definitely something that we approach to and watch this as lineups coming up post here, as we're going to have to wait for everything to come here. But it's going to be let these guys get back in there. We'll do it rather quickly, as we wanted to make sure we got that out there as the lineup's out there. But I know it's going to be Dylan Hauser there going to set on the pole here in that number 2 machine. So and it should be the number 80 machine on the outside. So we're just waiting for these guys to get packed here on the field here after the 4 wide salute. Thank you guys here at VLR 3D Racing, everything that's been going on here. Thank you to Jeff Brown and iRacing iFlag and all the sponsors that helped out getting that together for Phil. Thank you guys for allowing us.
I feel like I've been set up.
Yeah, we've been setting them up for quite some time, but starting on the pole will be the number 2 machine of Dylan Hauser, Dylan Wilson on the outside. Second is going to be Hayden Cardwell and Jordan Casey. Then you got Blake Cannon and Ryan Underwood, Blake Majulas, Austin Matthews, Kendall Tucker, Barrett Bishop, Mike Molnar, Kevin Tedman, Clifford Driscoll, Austin Carr, Mason Crawford, CJ Phillips, JD Brown, TJ Carter. Then you have Kyle Surratt, Tupper Dugas in the 33 machine, Scott Dobbs, Ryan Diate in the 57. Then you have Chad Swartz in the back of the field there, starting shotgun on the field. So we have 23 cars out there for this main event. And again, thank you guys all for tuning in to the Full Velocity Racing Network. And thank you for the beautiful 4 wide salute. Thank you, everybody out there in YouTube, Twitch, and chat. out there on Facebook Live as we get ready to go green flag racing.
There's so many thank yous I got to give for that. It's amazing announcement, but I'm going to do that later on. Let's celebrate what we're doing here tonight on Veterans Day. Let's do what we do best here. Let's give you guys one of the best broadcasts of a great league out here as we're getting ready to lock and load. Believe we're going green flag racing, iRacingIFlag.com, green flag in the air, 60 green flag circuits. Dylan Hauser, Dylan Wilson, they'll lead the field over turn 3.
And Dylan Hauser leads down into the corner here with the number 2. Oh, Wilson a little bit sideways, gets crossed up over there in the middle of the corner. Going to fall back just a tad, but it's Dylan Hauser, Hayden Cardwell, Blake Majulis right now running in at the 3rd spot there. Here comes Blake Cannon side by side for the 3rd spot.
Yeah, there was trouble in the back of the field, Todd, and we somehow kept this thing rolling green. I'm not exactly sure how they did it, but there was a bunch of carnage going on back there. The likes of TJ Carter, Dr. Round, CJ Phillips, Kyle Surratt, Austin Carver's back there, JD Brown. They've all caught it. That's why these guys are wheelmen the way they are as we're in turn number 3. Hauser leading over Dylan Wilson by fingernails. You got Hayden Cardwell there. Jordan Casey's over 42, not too far on the outside looking in as we're 3 racing up there. Also, where did Blake Cannon come from? The 44. He's up the 3rd. He's looking for more. 44 car on the move over in turn 3.
Yeah, the top group was where it was at there in the heat races. Now the bottom seems everybody going down, running the bottom, catfishing it down off the bottom is Blake Cannon in that 44, but Blake Majulis up top in the 127 machine. The iRacing iFlag number 127 still running up on the cushion, trying to make something happen. But I tell you what, the bottom just seems to be faster here right at the moment.
I'm not sure. It almost like it flipped the script almost instantly. I'm not sure that was a track surface, the cleaning of the track and bringing it in, but all of a sudden from what was a high side dominant track, where did these cars all come from down low, getting after it? The likes of Hauser's up there. You got Hayden Cardwell. Majulis is there. You got back to Blake Cannon, Kendall Tucker making it happen as the likes of Dylan Wilson starts to fall back with Jordan Casey. Austin Matthews and the number 33 car is up there. Ryan Underwood, he started on the outside of the top 20. Him and Barrett Bishop, CJ Phillips. I don't know where all these guys came from, Todd. I look at CJ Phillips. He's running 10th. He started 19th. What is going on here?
Yeah, CJ Phillips definitely working the bottom side of the speedway there in the number 6 machine, just watching all the battles go on throughout the field. And
everywhere.
Man, I guess the track was reset. Maybe just a tad bit. It had to have been, as the racing just fast and furious here at the Volusia Speedway Park.
It's all over the place. I see good battles going up in the top 5. They're battling in the back part of the top 10. There's 3 or 4 cars battling for about 12th, 13th on back. I mean, it don't matter where you put the camera right now. There is some really good racing we got going on out here. Volusia's really turned in to one of my most favorite tracks in iRacing. They've really done a great job with this one. Dylan Hauser leading the field up front over Hayden Cardwell. Blake Majulis running the 3rd spot. I've been watching the likes of that 00 of Kendall Tucker. There's something about the iRacingIFlag.com machine, that bright blue and white, that orange and red numeral colored car. That thing has a look there, Todd. It's really making time through the racetrack, and it doesn't seem like he's hustling the race car to keep picking up speed.
Yeah, definitely not. It's now a battle for the race lead. Seems there was coming to post, but the number 2 of Dylan Hauser able to keep the number 7 of Hayden Cardwell at bay. As Cardwell working over the bottom 2, but Blake Majulis way up to the top shelf of the speedway there. The 127, he's got to go where everybody else is not, and that's where he's at up top. He's got to get around these guys, and he's closed down on the top 2 rather quickly in that 127.
Sure has. Blake Majulis there rolling as we're 10 laps in. As KT's doing a heck of a job there with the lap count, keeping me at bay in the chat through the voice. He's doing a heck of a job. 10 laps in of 60, so those have been 10 really blazing laps, and Dylan Hauser's putting on some laps around here at this half mile. Last time by 17.589 over Hayden Cardwell. Blake Majulis now yellow flag on the speedway. Yellow, yellow, yellow. First Hanover Record Service yellow flag presented by One Stop Shop and Recycling. Yellow on the speedway. Slow it down and put Todd to work, which I feel like is going to be really quick to do. Bladeno.com full velocity is the replay. I'm looking up and down trying to find who was the spin, and the first car I see may have been, was a topper. Do you guess was a TJ Card? It was somewhere around that group that somebody got loose and kind of check up the field.
I was watching Austin Carr come down onto pit road here, Phil. I'm not sure. I don't think that caused it here, but still looking through, as Austin Carr was a guy that had a little bit of trouble there. Maybe Deadman there in the flying zero machine. We're going to take a real brief look here to see if that was the cause, but no, Kevin Deadman not even out on the field. Yeah, we're still looking through here, Phil. I'm not 100% positive. trying to go back through and just look, and I see absolutely nothing besides some cars slowing on the speedway. May have brought this one out. I could be possibly wrong, because you have the control of all the admins, so to find out what happened.
I can hear the communication going. It looks like Austin Matthews was given the end of the longest line penalty, so maybe something happening around the 033 car putting us under yellow, as I did see Race Control put that out there for the 033. I also believe the 57 of Ryan Danny may have had a penalty given. I'm not sure if he was involved in the wreck or whatever happened. I did see 2 EOLL penalties go out and chat and went to those 2 drivers, so I'm not sure what we have as far as time and something to show in a replay, but I'm thinking that maybe the story is we are 12 laps down, Todd.
Yeah, 12 laps down, and we're already stacked and packed, ready to go back to green flag racing here, fellas. We're down in the back straightaway, so we're not going to get to that replay. I apologize to you guys out there, but we'll see what happens here. We'll get to the rest of the replays here. But 12 laps in, and it's been all Dylan Hauser so far. Second's been Hayden Cardwell there in the number 7 machine. Blake Majulis was starting to turn it up on the outside, pushing the cushion up there, trying to get by the top 2. iRacing flag, green flag's back out. And again, the number 2 of Dylan Hauser leading the charge down into turn number 1. Blake Majulis now down to the bottom. The 7 of Hayden Cardwell just way up the track in no man's land up there next to the wall. Going to gather it back in, but he's going to lose a couple of spots.
Thought he was going to go exiting the speedway in turn number 3, maybe finding some grip out there, exiting or entering back at turn 1. I'm not sure where Cardwell was going, but he is up high.
Oh, Hauser around in front of the whole field.
Oh, big trouble.
Dylan Hauser around.
On his lid.
Dylan Hauser around in front of the whole field. Tough break for Dylan Hauser there. Not sure what happened to bring out that. As we were watching, I looked over and I go, oh, Dylan Hauser's in front of the whole field here. So we'll take a no.com Insta replay look at that one. But Dylan Hauser, like you said, Kendall Tucker upside down too. But Hauser going for a ride in front of the whole entire field here. And we're going to get to look here. And Hauser coming down the front straightaway here into turn number 1. And man, Blake Majulis getting into the back of him there. And around it goes, and Kendall Tucker involved upside down on his lid. Turtle. The 46 decides he wants to exit the park, but comes back on the track. But that was total and utter carnage there for a lot of the drivers. Clifford Driscoll involved in that one. The 46 also involved the Ryan Underwood. Man, Kendall Tucker gets the worst end of the stick there in the iRacing iFlag 00 machine, upside down.
I tell you what, I went on board real quick with 00. I went on board with the 46 of Ryan Underwood. I'm going to tell you what. I don't know if you get whiplash. I'm sitting here watching a broadcast. The way that car, rolled real quick into the wall. I know my neck's messed up. I think my neck just completely cracked. I know Ryan took a shot. I think it was into the side of Kendall, who was just stuck on his lid up there upside down. I think that's 1 point for a TDR Turtle, and it goes to Kendall Tucker, which I don't like giving that award out, but Kendall, you get one right there. 1 point.
Yeah, definitely not what he wants. Is Blake, believe, receiving the end of the longest line penalty for that.
He's gone.
Yeah, he's gone, actually. So Blake gone. So Hayden Cardwell going to assume the lead there. And that number 7 machine, second going to be Dylan Wilson, Jordan Casey, Barrett Bishop, and Mason Crawford. That is your top 5 right now on the field, Phil. So interesting change of events here tonight as Hauser, who is really fast now, gives up the lead to the number 7 of Hayden Cardwell.
Sure is, and Hayden Cardwell going to take the lead. This entire top 10 is really turned upside down. Cardwell, Wilson, Jordan Casey, Barrett Bishop, Mason Crawford, Mike Molnar, J.D. Brown, Kyle Surratt, Blake Cannon, Topper Dugas. That's going to be your unofficial top 10 as they waved off the restart, so it looks like they've got some scoring to get in place, make sure the right people are in the right places, so we'll single file them out. I believe we're going to get a single file restart the next time around, so the admin's doing a great job. They'll get these guys in proper restart alignment order. They'll put the proper cars at the rear, make sure nobody's getting kind of shafted by bad scoring or whatever. We'll do a good job of it. We'll get it sorted out. I do know for sure, I know Hayden Cardwell is going to lead this field to green whenever we get there, which I believe is a lap away.
The lights are extinguished atop the iRacing.com pace truck. It's going to pull down to pit road this time. I don't think they're going to wave it off. iRacing flag, green flag back in the air. And Hayden Cardwell leads the charge over the number 80 of Dylan Wilson running in second. Here comes Jordan Casey down to the bottom there. And that number 42 machine is guys going high, going low. Oh man, what a nice feat that looks like. Side by side racing action from second on back.
I'll tell you what, I was riding along with a 15 of Mason Crawford off the exit turn 2, and he was about attached to the rear of Jordan Casey. If you can't turn a guy, the right front was hooked on that bar in the left rear. I'm not sure how they kept that thing straight, but horrendous driving over there as we hit exit of turn number 3 and 4. The new race leader, we saw him lead to the restart and off the corner. Hayden Cardwell, he's got 2 car lengths on a hungry group over in turn 1.
Yeah, definitely a hungry group back there going 3 wide there. Look at Bear Bishop way up to the top shelf of the Speedway, almost next to the wall, flirting with disaster there. Man, what a fantastic race going on, almost 3 and 4 wide again, off of turn number 4.
I'll tell you what, if there is a such thing as a huge send, Barrett sent it into 3 and 4 about as hard as you could. The only problem is, I think he ran on a racetrack because he got stuck up high. Now a couple of cars have gone way down low. Jordan Casey's made the way around. Also in there, I think, is that Mike Mulder. Yep, J.D. Brown's in there. Blake Cannon's 44. Barrett had a really good idea up high, going where they weren't. It just wasn't as fast and down low as it could have been. Barrett Bishop's lost from 3rd to about 8th.
He's still running right now in the 6th spot, still battling up on the top shelf of the Speedway, following Jordan Casey around. As now Blake Cannon getting up alongside of him there for battle for the 6th spot there between Barrett Bishop and the 44 and Blake Cannon. Cannon keeps looking to the bottom, so they're getting the momentum on the top shelf of the Speedway, just not enough to complete the pass there. And man, those grooves look pretty much identical as of right now.
I'll tell you what, I'm not the smartest guy when it comes to the dirt racing world. I really kind of had to go baptism by fire these last couple of years. There are 3 lanes out there right now, up high, down low, and especially through the middle. I don't know if they're dead even, but you can't get a cooler looking look at this off of 4. You got 3, almost 4 lines of racing off the corner. That's for 4th on back, clean as a whistle. Nobody within inch of each other, all Brown professional. And J.D. Brown a little bit loose, but he's got it. J.D.'s a pro. But can you get a cooler picture of this right now?
And J.D. Brown definitely going to lose the spot there, Phil, to Barrett Bishop as he got loose there down on the bottom. But no cooler look out there that these guys are putting on. A fantastic showing, and just watching where they're running at. Volusia, I mean, up on the top shelf of the Speedway, on the bottom by Hayden Cardwell right now. 0.683 ahead of the rest of the field as they are fighting tooth and nail for the 2nd spot. Dylan Wilson right now has it, but here comes the 15, the missile, Mason Crawford. Don't count out the 42 of Jordan Casey. He's right there knocking on the door, and Barrett Bishop back into the fray.
That Barrett Bishop's making things happen to that number 926. He's found his way back to the bottom and runs, was that, 6th or 7th there into turns number 3 and 4, really becoming a dust cloud over here. You know, where I'm kind of perched, but Bishop is there. You got Blake Cannon's 44 there. I'm watching Mason Crawford. They're a guy in the top 3 right now that maybe possibly has the best race car in that group. The missile is really on a rail. He's up to 2nd, maybe looking for more off of turn 4.
Yeah, looking for more. Here comes the the missile is right down on the bottom there, able to capture that 2nd spot away and able to get around Dylan Wilson. Wilson, that's no easy task there, and he's running in the middle groove right now, fighting off with his teammate there, the 42 of Jordan Casey. Barrett Bishop still up high there, Phil, in the solid 5th spot there, running rather well. And then you got Blake Cannon running 6th, your current points leader. Then J.D. Brown running 7th. 8th is Ryan Diate. Then you got Mike Molnar and Dylan Hauser all the way back up to 10th and then number 2.
And I wish I could get in the head of the number 44 of Blake Cannon right now. I know that guy's in a world of talent. The points that are coming in tonight. I almost feel like it's tough to say when you're out there running 7th and 8th in this field. It almost feels like that car may be fading just a bit. I'm not sure if that's the handling going away in the car, the track kind of coming in. We're approaching halfway, Todd. 27 laps going on the board this time. I'm not the smartest guy sitting on the dirt setting these cars up, but what could be going on right now? Because the 44 seems to be really quick. Looks like he's lost a little bit of time.
Yeah, he might have lost a little bit of time, maybe just riding around here, logging the laps off in the 44 Cannon.
Oh!
Ryan gets into the back of him too, but able to hold on to the 14 to J.D. Brown, able to get around him too. So getting the 44 machine. Blake Cannon probably just riding around, or maybe he missed the setup just a tick there, Phil. Maybe he thought it was going to go more to the bottom in that 44.
Well, and we're only halfway, Todd. 30 in, 30 to go. So I guess if the racetrack can go through another cycle, I guess it's possible. So maybe the 44 car does come back to life. Would not be shocked at all. That guy is a world of talent in that car. World of talent up front as well with that number 7 car of Hayden Cardwell. He's got half a second over Mason Crawford. Jordan Casey in the 3rd spot. Dylan Wilson 4th. And how about the run for that 926? Barrett Bishop, the X91 team, Todd, up in the top 5, doing a great job. A guy that we've got to know over the years through basically a lot of the street stocks. That's a guy who, qualified the last couple of weeks in the A's and really put some good runs together. This so far for the opening 3 weeks. Terrific run there for Barrett.
Yeah, definitely a good run for Barrett Bishop. Now the change for the second spot as Jordan Casey slides up in front of the missile, Mason Crawford. Crawford going to drop back to third, not going to go away without a fight though. Dives it back down to the bottom, but Jordan Casey definitely faster than the number 15 machine, actually faster than the race leader is Casey. As that setup starting to come to life, he goes right up to the top shelf of the Speedway once again. And that 42 machine, we'll see if Jordan Casey is going to be able to track down Hayden Cardwell and that number 7 machine.
Yeah, Hayden Cardwell's up front. I think that's got to be the place to be right now because they are getting after it behind him. Race for second, terrific there between Casey and Crawford. Dylan Wilson is there, Bishop there, Cannon, don't count out J.D. Brown, Ryan Diatti, Mike Mulder, and Dylan Hauser, Todd, was caught up in that early wreck. Even with a little bit of damage, that 2 car has come back to the field nicely. Dylan Hauser finds himself back in the ranks of the top 10.
Yeah, Dylan Hauser definitely coming through the field there. Still a little bit working on his setup, getting back up through that number 2 machine. We'll see how far he can actually make it up. The missile, Mason Crawford, now has dropped back to 4th as the 80 of Dylan Wilson able to get around him. Crawford still trying to the bottom, and Blake Cannon, like you were talking about, Phil, you thought his setup was going away. Look at it come to life now. Up to the top shelf of the Speedway, Blake Cannon now power moving into that 4th spot.
He just made a move around Barrett Bishop, just sliding that car through 3 and 4. It had my breath there for a minute, and now as he works the top lane, maybe toward the middle through the exit of 3 and 4, right through the middle. He's got Jordan Casey up ahead, Mason Crawford, Dylan Wilson there. So I thought Blake Cannon maybe slowing down a little bit. Well, made a liar out of me because now he's up in the top 3. Cannon and Crawford side by side over in 3.
Yeah, side by side is Crawford right now able to pull ahead there. Now it looks like Blake Cannon looking to get around Dylan Wilson there. And the number 80 machine, who hasn't had a lot of good luck either in the last couple of weeks, but Wilson has a solid 3rd there. And that number 80 machine, but Cannon starting to fight his way up towards the top 3 now. Working over the top shelf of the Speedway. The number 80 of Dylan Wilson last time by was a tick slower. Now a tick faster this time by than Blake Cannon. So those guys keep exchanging blows lap after lap.
Lap after lap, and it's just getting better and better as we look, and I see a good battle back here. J.D. Brown's number 14, Ryan Diatti's number 57. There's been a lot of action on that 57 car. He's made some moves to the middle. He's put some slider moves on. It's him and the 14 of J.D. Brown. Barrett Bishop, 926, a little bit of contact. Ryan's looking to run that low side. I'm not sure how much lower he can go. 14 car really came off there and chopped the nose on him. Good 3 or 4 car battle for position, about 6th on back off of 4.
Yeah, definitely a good battle going on there as you're watching, like you said, Barrett Bishop the 14 and the 57. Going Mike Molnar right there in the 9th spot. Dylan Hauser still running in 10th. Yeah, probably has some damage there. He's working over the top shelf of the Speedway, but solidly in the 10th spot there. Trying to just get good points night for that number 2 machine. But Jordan Casey continues to now lead as he got around the 7 of Hayden Cardwell. As Jordan Casey able to capitalize, get around Cardwell. Cardwell went to the top shelf because Casey, that's where he was at. Don't count on Dylan Wilson either. He's starting to come on strong too.
I was just going to say that the 80 card is kind of lurking and is starting to make his waves up to the front part of this field as we put 44 laps on the board. This one is going by in a hurry tonight here at the Volusia Speedway Park. Hats off to the gang over here at 3D Racing Team DLR. This race on Texas.com Monster Bash Super Series, terrific tonight here, presented by the South Texas Speedway at Volusia, where Jordan Casey now is the race leader over Hayden Cardwell, and Jordan has driven away, Todd, to about a full second. I didn't believe that was going to be possible with this group. That's a fast 42.
Yeah, definitely a fast 42. You're saying that right. But Hayden Cardwell last time by was indeed faster than Jordan Casey. Yeah, Hayden Cardwell tuned in with a 17.687. Casey with a 17.720. So definitely faster. And Dylan Wilson running right in the same ballpark too. Tell you what, who's fast? The number 57, Ryan Diatti, is now 17. He was a 17.6 last time by. Now I say that 18 flat. So again, these guys exchanging different lap times as they go through the field.
Yeah, they really are. Ryan's had a heck of a run up there, has made his way around J.D. Brown. Mason Crawford, who was up there with top 3, Todd. Mason has dropped back to the 8th spot. Barrett Bishop also was dropped back to 9th as well. Dylan Hauser, Ryan Underwood. So another guy we haven't talked a lot about, the 46, was involved in that big wreck over in 3 and 4. He is rallying back up to the 11th spot. No doubt damage on the 46, but we're running down on laps. We're running down on time to call this race. And Dylan Wilson and Blake Cannon, they make contact over turn number 1 and 2. I'm not sure how those cars would go right now. Here comes Danny into the fray.
Yeah, 3 wide for the 3rd spot. Danny down there. Cannon and Wilson making more contact over to the corner as those guys not giving each other an inch. The 57 now moves into the 3rd spot. Cannon now up to the 4th spot, trying to fight back, trying to get back into the 3rd spot in the 44 machine. Way up the track again. J.D. Brown now capitalizing the 14.
I'll tell you what, the flag man just did some gesture with a flag. I don't think he was too happy. He was pointing at the 44 and the 80. They were really going at turn number 1 and 2. I'm not a flag guy, Todd. No, you know a lot more about it than I do, but whatever gesture he just made pointing at those cars, he didn't look happy. They are getting after it here in Volusia. We're 50 laps in.
Yeah, definitely. I've had that flag shake that me a time or two at my local track.
No.
Yeah, when you definitely get into the side of somebody, the flagger's never happy. They make that comment, and you got to make sure you're doing right because they will black flag you. But again, now J.D. Brown moves that number 14 up into the 3rd spot there, Phil, as he wrestles that away from the number 57. Oh, Dylan Wilson around.
Dylan Wilson is around to the 80. Going to put yellow on the Speedway. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Brought to you by Head of Record Service. One Stop Scrap and Recycling. Slow the field down. 52. Green flag laps in. Looks like this one is... Gotta look for it here from BladeNote.com. Full velocity instant replay. Tough to tell where I was sitting at. It's a dust cloud, but I know the 80 car Wilson went around. What's her help?
Yeah, it looked like Molnar had a little bit of contact there with the 80 of Dylan Wilson, sending Wilson around in a knot, unfortunately. So it was a little bit of contact, but it was enough. Dylan Wilson having a good run. That's kind of extinguished now.
It really is. He'll have to go to the back. I know him and Cannon were going at it really good. I know there's a couple cars out there kind of exchanging some pleasantries or displeasantries or whatever. I know Mike Molnar was in this one in the number 56. He was having a really good run. He's going to have to go to the back of the field now as well. So running down on laps, the temper's getting a little bit high. The race car's going away. I'm sure the driver's getting a little bit hot. And we got points and a lot of stuff still to play out over the course of 8 laps. Jordan Casey had a really good lead. God, I don't want to be him right now. Look in the mirror and see Hayden Cardwell behind or J.D. Brown. Ryan Dayati from 22nd up to 4th at 57. What a great ride. Both of those drivers. J.D. Else is on an 18th. He's up to 3rd. I mean, you could come from the back of these Bs and work your way into the A and have a chance. Those are 2 guys getting it done.
And definitely 2 guys getting it done. The point standings up there. We just finally got to them. As you can take a look up and down what your current point standings are. Not including this race, obviously, but Blake Cannon, your points leader. Dylan Hauser, 2nd in points. Kevin Dedman, 3rd. Barrett Bishop, 4th. Jordan Casey, 5th. J.D. Brown in 6th. Devin Morgan in 7th. 8th was Randall Carter. 9th is Austin Matthews and Garrett Nieberger rounding out your top 10. Evan C. Then you got Kyle Pearson, Ryan Underwood, Brayton Wallace, the Missile Mason Crawford, Hayden Cardwell, Kyle Surratt, Terry Ducharme, Blake Jules, and then Davin Cardwell round out your 20 cars here for at least the point standing version of this.
Glad you got that because I've got more information that I know what to do with at my hands, and the points are the last thing I do have is I guess I need a drink there during the break. But we're back to green, 8 laps remaining. Jordan Casey leads a hungry group off turn 2.
Yeah, Jordan Casey aboard the number 42, the D1RT. Number 42 leads the charge. Hayden Cardwell still running in that 2nd spot. J.D. Brown in 3rd in the 17. Ryan Daddy up to the top side of the Speedway in the 57. He is currently running in 4th. And Barrett Bishop back up to 5th in the 926 machine. And look at Dylan Hauser up to 6th, lurking in the shadows as he's coming down on the bottom in that number 2.
Car is digging there through the bottom is Dylan Hauser. It's 3 now, 4 wide off of turn number 4. Running down on lap 6 laps remaining. Can Jordan Casey hold him off? Hayden Cardwell, he is there. Almost close enough to share the same piece of gum as they hit turn 3.
Yeah, definitely really close there is Jordan Casey
that
and Hayden Cardwell. Hayden Cardwell, yeah, definitely gross, Bill. As Hayden Cardwell peaks down to the bottom side, 5 laps remain here for the 42 of Jordan Casey. Hayden Cardwell still trying to nip at his heels there as Casey looks like he made a mistake over there 1 and 2, but they are able to keep it going. Look at them bounce down the back straightaway.
They are really getting after it here. It's back there for about 5th on back. I'm watching this race for the lead happening as well as Jordan Casey doing all he can to hold on. See if he can't hold off Hayden Cardwell back there in that 2nd spot. But the race is really good back here for about 5th. I see Barrett Bishop back there Blake Cannon's 44 as they kind of tamed out for looks like a time being. Dylan Hauser's back there. Mason Crawford, Ryan Underwood now back into the top 10, but we have 3 remaining. Kid Jordan Casey, hold on. He is a mile and a half away, and he is off the exit of turn 2.
Yeah, Jordan Casey holding on to the top spot. The 7 of 8 Gardwell still running in second, but he's been peeking down to the bottom, lurking down there, Phil. As Casey able to slam the door shut. Popsicle sticks go up in there. 2 more trips around for Jordan Casey, the D1RT number 42.
And he leads by 2 car lengths off of turn number 2. Lets the drift up to the high lane. May open the door for Hayden Cardwell. They work in turn number 3 and 4th on the 7. May take a bigger shot down low. Jordan makes that car 4 lanes wide. White flag in the air.
White flag as we come down off into turn number 1. Hayden Cardwell right there nipping at the heels of Casey. Coming off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway, almost 3 wide. There's Ryan Deontay right there too. Oh, Hayden Cardwell goes to the extreme top side of the speedway. I don't know if that was a mistake on his part, but Jordan Casey going to take down the win here. And second going to go to Ryan at the line. Hayden Cardwell going to finish up third. A costly mistake. No, Hayden Cardwell going to get that barely there at the line. No, I think it was actually Hayden Cardwell third. Ryan finished up second as scoring time in there. Unfortunately, went away there. But again, the number 42 of Jordan Casey taking down the big W here. Ryan finishing up in that second spot. Third is going to go to the Hayden Cardwell machine, the number 7. Good run for him, but costly mistake there in the last lap, last corner.
Sure was, but he gets a top 3. J.D. Brown will finish up 4th. Barrett Bishop gets a solid top 5 run. Blake Cannon, the point shooter, comes home 6th. Dylan Hauser for 7th. Ryan Underwood 8th. Dylan Wilson finishing 9th. TJ Carter gets a good solid top 10 from position number 21 starting. Mason Crawford will finish up 11th. Chad Swartz for 12th. Cliff Driscoll gets 13th. 14th to CJ Phillips. Austin Matthews will finish up in the 33 car. He'll finish up 15th. Mike Molnar will finish up 16th, but Kyle Surratt's number 18. The final car in the lead lap, he finishes 17th, 18th at Top Rodriguez. Scott Dobbs for 19th. Kendall Tucker gets a top 20. 21st goes to Kevin Dedman. Blake Majula is 22nd. Austin Carr, I believe, rounding at the field. 23 cars took the green flag, and nobody quicker tonight here at the Volusia Speedway Park than Jordan Casey. He'll be our big winner we'll talk to next year on Veterans Day live on your source for esports racing. BlakeNo.com post-race show coming up next. All right, back here live and your source for esports racing, the Full Velocity Racing Network, the onTexas.com. Monster Bash Super Series presented by the South Texas Speedway at Volusia. Checkered flag goes to car number 42 from D1RT, Jordan Casey. Second goes to Ryan Deontay. We're hoping to catch up on our third place finisher. Maybe Hayden Cardwell will join us, but for sure, we'll walk a little bit further down here and talk to the driver, number 57, finishing up second tonight. Ryan, terrific run for you, man. Had to come from back in the field, had to come through the B's, had some running up through the field. Really terrific race car and an awesome racetrack, man. Tell us about that drive through the field.
Yeah, just had to stay patient and try and keep the spoiler on the car and, stay out of trouble and take advantage of it when I could.
I got to tell you, a lot of green flag laps here tonight. Why Volusia's really become like my favorite track in the service to watch. 3 lanes, 4 lanes wide. You had to throw the slide line a couple of times. First of all, where did your car like to be to go fast? And second of all, how cool is that to come through the field in a place like this and knowing you got 4 really good lanes of driving to do?
Yeah, Volusia's one of my better tracks, and I just tried to go where the car in front of me wasn't. And just want to thank my teammates for teaching me how to late model this week. I've been focusing on the sprint cars and it took some work to figure out how to drive these cars. So thanks to them.
And that was a lot of fun to watch Ryan from, I believe, what was it, 21st up to a second place run, almost maybe another lap. You may have had something for Jordan Casey, but a great point set after all. They said you're learning how to late model. I would like to learn how to dirt. I could hook up with you guys. Maybe a blind guy like me to figure out how to do this, and maybe not do this with a microphone in my hand. But Ryan, let me give you the microphone one more time here, live on Full Velocity. We're live on Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch TV. Anybody out there watching, you want to thank their bud? The floor is all yours, and take it away.
Yeah, I just want to thank all the guys at D1RT, Jim Emery, Supermoon Graphics, my wife, my son, and everyone else who makes it happen.
All right, well, there you have it, folks. BladeNo.com post-race show. Second place tonight goes to a driver of car number 57. That is Ryan Diaddi. We'll let him get back to it. And as I look off to my right, and I see the 7 car being nearby. I believe we're going to catch up, and I'm not sure what I did right there, but let's fix that. All right, I got to stop doing that, but I think we got that fixed right there. I see Hayden Cardwell kind of make his presence known. I moved the entire team speak around, so I think I got it fixed. Hayden Cardwell, the number 7 man, had a heck of a race car. Tried up high those closing laps. Was that looking for a fast way around, or was that a mistake there to get that second place run? Because you had a car very much worthy of a win.
Oh, yeah, there at the end. We actually got damaged at lap 10, so we killed the new tires on 3 and 4 there. Killed the left front for the next 50 laps of the race. But on that one long run, we found a groove there, just kind of, in 1 and 2, figured out the slider line, and then was able to roll 3 and 4 very well there. And, it's just really hard to pass there, so I figured I was just going to try to swing it for the fence at 3 and 4 in the last lap, and, it didn't work out, but had fun.
Really had a lot of fun there. You had a heck of a run, and mixing up there, Alexa Jordan Casey was in there. You say you throw it in there with other likes to say, you had Molnar up there, you had Blake Cannon up there, Dylan Wilson up there. Of course, you look up to the guys on the podium with you here tonight. Jordan and Victory Lane, Ryan Diaddi from the back of the field. I mean, Hayden, a terrific run for you. I get exhausted after a night like this. You had to pass a lot of cars, and you got damage on the left front. But knowing the race car was a little bit compromised, just how hard are you driving that thing to get it back up to the front?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Definitely had to get up on the wheel there and try to figure something out. No doubt about it. It took us a good minute there. He almost had about 2 seconds on me there, but I just had to control myself there and try to find a line and just get in a rhythm and try to hit those lines every lap. And we got a shot there at the end. Just it wasn't our night to be.
I'll tell you what, anytime I see any of the Cardwells show up, I know it's going to be a lot of action around you guys all night long, Hayden. You put on one heck of a show for us tonight here, live on Full Velocity. We're on Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch TV. We're all over the place tonight. Anybody out there, you have a big team of sponsors and friends and family behind you that make these cars go fast, bud. So take the mic from me one more time and give all those awesome people a shout-out.
Just can't thank Steve McMillan and everybody at World of Thunder that helps this race team out. He does a lot for my race team. All the boys at D1RT. We got the podium suite tonight with all 3 cars on the podium. Everybody here that does broadcasts, all the guys at VLR putting this league on, and just kind of want to say, congratulations on. I think it's you, Phil, that got the PC. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I'm floored. I'm humbled beyond words, and thank you for that. Thanks to all these guys. Really cool by all you guys.
Just wanted to say, we're all praying out there for whatever's going on. I hate that, but
It means more than words can ever say, Hayden. Thank you so much, man. Terrific job tonight, and I know for sure we'll see you again soon, man, bud. Terrific job tonight. Awesome race for all you guys.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Hayden Cardwell's number 7 brings it home. 3rd tonight here at the Volusia Speedway Park, but I am going to throw this thing down to Victory Lane, and I know the D1RT team has been down there in style on the post race. They party around that number 42. Jordan Casey returns to Victory Lane. I say it every week, Todd, this guy's in a world of talent. It is a pleasure to watch a guy like Jordan Casey wheel these cars around every week. A hell of a talent.
Yeah, definitely a fantastic job for the D1RT number 42 machine, Jordan Casey. Jordan, definitely a great run for you here this evening. A little bit of stuff going on towards the first part of this race, but man, that car seemed to come in strong towards the end of this one. Tell us about your race.
Yeah, it did. I knew I was going to be good with this track state. Rolling the middle in turn 4. I've always been decent at this kind of track state. And I just got lucky in the beginning, staying out of trouble. There's a bunch of melee, and I mean, I don't know if I would have got the win if Hayden didn't get damage, and Wilson had damage, and he got neck coated like 4 times. So, I mean, a lot of stuff happened to let me get this win. Otherwise, I think them two would have probably would have been up front, or it would have been a good race.
Oh, definitely a good points night for you tonight too. For all the guys here at D1RT, definitely a good points night. Sometimes you got to be lucky rather than good here at some of these tracks, because indeed everybody fighting for that top spot. You know, it's interesting to watch all you guys go at it, because man, some of them sliders you pull on each other, I don't know how you make them stick.
Yeah, the talent level in this league is unreal, so it's hard to make passes on people, and it's hard to make it stick without them being able to cross it back over or get right back by you, and then next thing you know, the car in front of you that you're racing with is like 5/10 past you, and then you got to reel in him. So I mean, it's just there's a lot of good drivers. Anybody can win that starts in this field on any given night, and so it makes it a great league to run. It's fun.
All right, Jordan, we'll give you the microphone one last time. You can thank whoever you'd like to thank here this evening.
Yeah, everybody at D1RT, I mean, Hayden, Diotti, who else ran tonight? Wilson. I mean, just all them guys for helping me out and bringing me on the team a while back, and it's been nothing but helping me get better and get faster. Thank Eddie Livingston for bringing me on the team, and Jim Emery with Supermoon Graphics. Howard Weaver actually made this paint, so I got to thank him, and thanks KT for everything he does, Steven, and you guys for broadcasting. Thanks.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, picking up the win here tonight at the Volusia Speedway Park, Jordan Casey, the D1RT number 42 machine. Definitely a big thank you out there to D1RT. Those guys always put on a whale of a show. I'm going to tell you, those guys, Phil, I've seen them come to many charity races. I've seen them come, and they just, man, they're all a good bunch of guys. They really are.
Yeah, Ed Livingston, all the gang over there at D1RT. First class group. When anytime those guys show up, you know you're going to see a very classy race. You're going to see a hard-nosed race. These guys really do get after it, and it's just one of the many great teams getting to cover here night after night here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network, especially here on Monday night. This has been a lot of fun to cover here tonight. I'm humbled beyond words, more than all you guys know. I need to get this list of thank yous on me personally. Got to thank the group over here at 3D Racing, the green team at Team VLR putting this together. Of course, our great sponsors here at the network. Of course, going to thank Hannibal Record Service, Jeff at iRacingIFlag.com. I love that guy to death. Also going to thank CCF Custom Designs and Engraving, Brian and Kathy Boyles. Can't forget them. They are great people. Brian's been such a friend to me here recently. I can't say enough. Also, Sam and Vlad, all the gang over at BladeNo.com, South Texas Speedway, Scott Bogloff, Charlie Miller at CCM Design and Productions. Miller Media Productions. Actually, I'm just stumbling over it all. TDR Racing League, Hard Motorsports, Trash Panda Graphics, JP Designs, all our great sponsors, and all the great people over here as well that make up this series. Guys like Grace onTexas, South Texas Speedway, Ken Skins. Didn't talk enough about Ken Skins iRacing paints tonight, but thank him so much, our broadcast partner here for the series. One Shot Scrap and Recycling, Justin Sick iRacing Photos, TAC 3 Defense, West Side Signs, JP Home Inspections, 3D Racing, and of course iRacingIFlag.com once again. For Todd Stanton, Jack Sherwin, Ron Piles, Blake McCallis, the rest of the group here live at the Full Velocity Racing Network. Phil Lacasse signing off. Everybody, thank you so much for all the great, kind words tonight, and happy Veterans Day, everybody. We'll see you back here live tomorrow on your source for esports racing. Good night, everybody.